Okay, starting with the guided practice, we've got A, 2/7 times 2. We can see from the wheel here that the yellow represents 2/7 and the blue represents 2/7. So we have 4 parts shaded out of 7 in total. And B says 3/10 times, so it says 3 times 3/10. I know the first jump is going to be to 3/10. And if I add another lot of 3/10, it takes me to 6/10. And then finally, our last jump will go to 9/10. So 3 multiplied by 3/10 is 9/10. Okay, on the right hand side it says complete the calculation. 2 and 2/5 multiplied by 3. Now first of all I'm going to multiply the whole number. So 2 times 3 equals 6. Then I'm going to multiply the fraction by 3. So it's 2/5 times 3 equals, well, I know the denominators will stay the same, and 2 times 3 is 6, so that equals 6/5. Now I need to add 6 plus 6/5. So I know 6/5 is the same as a mixed number, so that's going to be 1 and 1/5. And then finally I need to add the 6 and the 1/5. So 6 plus 1/5 equals 7 and 1/5. So our answer is 7 and 1. Okay, shade the bar model to show that 2/5 times 4. Well, I've got fifths here, so I'm going to shade in 1 2/5 of this, and then I need to do that 4 times, 3 times, and 4 times. So 2/5 multiplied by 4. Well, 2 times 4 is 8. And the denominator stays the same, so it's 8/5, and I know that 8/5 as a mixed number is going to be 1 and 3/5. And then it says, complete these calculations. 1/3 times 1. Well, 1/3 times 1 is the same as 1/3. Because 1 times 1 is 1, and then the denominator stays the same. Okay, 1/3 times 2. Well, 1 times 2 is 2. The denominator stays the same, so that's 2/3. 1/3 times 3. Well, 1 times 3 is 3. The denominator stays the same, so that's the same as 1 whole. If my iPad lets me, I'm going to put it just down here. My iPad won't let me put it there. So 3/3, which is the same as 1 whole. Okay, 1/3 times 4. Well, 1 times 4 is 4. The denominator stays the same, and that's the same as 1 and 1/3. 1/3 times 5. 1/3 times 5 equals 5/3, which is the same as 1 and 2/3. And you might start to notice, and then finally a pattern, 1/3 times 6 is going to be 6/3, which is the same as 2 wholes. And what pattern do you notice? That it goes up by 1/3 each time. Okay, it says write each answer as a mixed number in its simplest form. Now some answers might give us improper fractions we'll need to convert. Starting with A, 1 and 1/5 times 2. Let's multiply the whole numbers first. 1 times 2 is 2. Then multiply the numerator by 2. That's 2, and the denominator stays the same. That's 2 and 2/5. B, 6 times 3. 2 times 3 is 6. The numerator times 3 is 3 over 6. And that 6 and 3 over 6 is the same as 6.5. C, multiply the whole numbers first. 2 times 4 is 8. Then the numerator 2 times 4 is 8. The denominator stays the same. Now I know that 8/5 is the same as 1 and 3/5. So if I do 8 plus 1 and 3/5, that equals 9 and 3/5 for C. D, 2 times 5 is 10. 2 times 5 for the numerator is 10 over 5. I know 10 over 5 is the same as the number 2. So 10 plus 2, the answer is 12. Okay, moving on to E. 7 times 3 is 21. Now I'll do my fraction. 1 times 7 is 7. The denominator stays the same. I know that 7 over 2 is the same as 3.5. So that 3.5 plus 21 is going to be 24.5. I know we're getting a bit running out of room, so I'm going to do this last one in dark blue. Okay, and then we've got 11/15 multiplied by 7. So 11 times 7 is 77 over 15. And then 77 divided by 15 is equal to 5 and 2/15. The second part is fill in the missing numbers. So we've got 2 and something over 7 multiplied by 3 makes 6 and 6/7. Well, if I look at the whole numbers first, I know that 2 multiplied by 3 equals 6. So now I just need to look at the fraction part. So I've got something over 7 times, so the denominator stays the same, so this bit is correct. So something times 3 makes 6. I know that's going to be 2 and 2/7 multiplied by 3 makes 6 and 6/7. Okay, let's move on to the second one. 2 and something over 8 equals, 2 and something over 8 multiplied by 3 equals 7.5. Now, I'm going to change the denominators so they are the same. So really, this, instead of changing this to 7.5, I'm going to change it to something. I'm going to change it to 4/8, because half is the same as 4/8. Okay, now my denominators are the same. It's going to be slightly easier. I'm going to look at my whole numbers first. 2 times 3, but we have a whole number of 7 here. Now, that suggests to me that we need an improper fraction at the top. We need our improper fraction to equal 1.5. Now, I know that if I put a 4 here, because 4 times 3 will give me, so if I look at this bit, I know that 4/8 times 3 will equal 12/8. That's the same as 1 and, that's the same as 1.5. So I've got 2 times 3 of my whole numbers equals 6. 4 over 8 times 3 equals 1.5, and that will equal together to make 7.5. So it's 4/8 is our answer. Okay, Tommy's dog eats 3.5 tins of food in a week. How many tins does she eat in a year? So the number sentence is 3.5 multiplied by 52, because that's 52 weeks in a year. Okay, let's multiply the whole number first. 3 times 52. I know that 3 times 50 is 150. 3 times 2 is 6, so that's going to be 156. Then I need to multiply half times 52, which equals 1 times 52 is 52. 52 over 2. So, okay, so this will equal, I know there's 25 2s in 50, so that'd be 26. And then I need to multiply 156 plus 26. 2, I'll put the 1 here, 5, 6, 7, 8. So how many tins does she eat in a year? 182 tins of dog food.